Hello friends, this story is called The Little Rabbit Who Liked to Say Moo. I like to use this with puppets to do some storytelling. I did make some dialogue bubbles, and you could really adapt this story with anything you have in your puppet collection that goes on a farm. And I like to make these little outreach buckets, I call them, and stuff everything I need for the story, and they're very durable and they're very portable, so you can bring them to any of the daycares or preschools you go to. So I'm going to tell the story that's pretty true to the book and use the puppets that were in the story. And at the end I have some ideas for additional animals you can substitute or add to the story. So this story is called The Little Rabbit Who Liked to Say Moo. So here's my friend Little Rabbit. Can we say hi, Little Rabbit? Oh, he loved that. Well, he was really being silly one day on the farm. So he thought about all the noises he could make, and he decided to do this. Moo! Pretty silly, huh? So who do you think came over? That's right. Cow. Actually, Calf came over. It's a baby cow. Calf came over and said to Little Rabbit, "Hey, did you say moo?" "Yes," said Little Rabbit. "Why did you say moo? You're not a calf." Little Rabbit thought about it for a minute. "Because I like to say moo." "Oh, can you make any other noises?" "Oh, sure," said Little Rabbit. "What kinds of noises can Little Rabbit make?" You guessed it. So, Little Rabbit decided to make a new noise. And she thought about it. And she decided to say, "Bah!" So who do you think came over? That's right, sheep. Sheep came over, and Sheep said, "Little Rabbit, did you say bah?" "Yes," said Little Rabbit. And Little Sheep said, "Why did you say bah? You're not a sheep." And Little Rabbit thought about it and said, "Because I like to say bah." "Oh, well, can you make any other noises?" "Sure," said Little Rabbit. So she thought about it for a moment. You might have guessed her next noise. She decided to say, "Oink, oink, 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 oink." So who came over? That's right, Piglet. Piglet came over and said, "Little Rabbit, did you say oink?" "Yes," said Little Rabbit. "Why did you say oink? You're not a piglet." Little Rabbit thought about it for a moment. "Because I like to say oink." "Oh, can you make any other noises?" "Sure," said Little Rabbit. So she thought about it for a moment. And this is the silliest one. This is actually my favorite noise that Little Rabbit decides to make. She says, "Hee-haw, hee-haw, hee-haw." Oh, what kind of animal makes that noise? That's right. Baby Donkey came over. And Baby Donkey said, "Little Rabbit, did you say hee-haw?" "Yes," said Little Rabbit. Why are you saying hee-haw?" said Baby Donkey. "You're not a baby donkey." And Little Rabbit said, "Because I like to." "Oh," said Donkey. "Can you make any other noises?" "Sure," said Little Rabbit. So she thought about it, and she decided to make another noise. Oh, I think I just heard it. She decided to say, "Quack, quack, 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 quack." So who do you think came over? That's right, Duck came over. And Duck said, "Hey, Little Rabbit, did you just say quack, quack, quack?" And Little Rabbit said, "Yes, I did say quack." Why are you saying quack? You're not a duck." And Little Rabbit said, "Because I like to say quack." "Oh, is it your favorite noise to make?" said Duck. And Little Rabbit said, "No, it's not. So let's try to guess what our favorite noises were. So what do you think Duck's favorite noise was? Quack, right? And Donkey's was hee-haw. And Piglet's was oink. And Sheep's was baa. And Cow's was moo. But Little Rabbit said, no, those aren't my favorite noises. Let me tell you what my favorite noise is. And this is really silly, friends. Little Rabbit said, woof, woof, woof. Some other animals you could substitute or add in to make the story longer. You could do a horse, you could do a llama, you could do a cat, or a peacock, or just look through your puppets and see what you have, and I'm sure you can fit it onto the farm somehow.